Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. Wanted to go ahead and take a look at that Atlanta Falcons game tonight. Want to get your guys' thoughts on it. Wanted to go ahead and just really take an in-depth look at it because I'm going to be hearing all about this game for until this game is played. And I don't know, man. This team looks like it's lost a few pieces, but they definitely have some superstars out there that we're going to have to watch out for. So let's go ahead and jump in there and break it down. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. You know I do appreciate that. We're not going to waste too much time. We're going to start looking at the offensive line first. They got Lindstrom and McGarry out there. These are both second-year guys coming out. That right side's going to be pretty open for us. I really think we'll be able to move the ball, or we'll be able to shut down that side of the ball completely. I don't have too many doubts about it, but if those guys step up, they still have Mac out there at the center. He was an elite center at one point throughout his career. He's kind of taken a little bit of a step back, but he's still very, very good. Then they went out there. They got Carpenter from the Jets. He's a pretty solid left guard out there. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's definitely going to slow down Hurst or Hankins or whoever's lined up right above him out there. And then Matthews on that left tackle spot. He's honestly pretty good too. So their left side's definitely much stronger than their right side, but I think we'll be able to take advantage of it, especially if we have Collins and Crosby lined up on that right side. I think they'll be able to go out there and pretty much feast that entire game. But that offensive line, they'll probably, as of right now, they're probably looking middle of the pack. They kind of took a step back last season, but they got ate up by injuries. I know McGarry had heart issues, and I mean, he's a young kid, so that sucks to see. It just truly does. So hopefully he can bounce back and he's ready to go. And I mean, I'm not hoping that he's ready to go, but you guys know what I mean, man. You hate to see a young kid like that end up getting a setback, especially if it's something with your heart like that. That just totally sucks. But I think we'll be able to take advantage of that. I think our defensive line compared to their offensive line, I think we definitely have the advantage out there. Let me jump into a few of these. Trayvon on Julio and Arnett and on Ridley. Tough matchup. Yes, that is a very tough matchup. We will jump into that in a minute. Corey Littleton should know how to stop his former teammate Gurley. He should, but Gurley, he still has something left in the tank. He's got something to prove out there. I'm telling you right now he does. We need to get pressure on Matty Ice. I heard he poops his pants under pressure. Matty Ice, I'll tell you, man. Matty Ice and Derek Carr are very, very similar quarterbacks to me. And it sucks that I have to say that because I tell people in Atlanta all the time that they'll never win a championship as long as Matty Ice is the quarterback. But you could definitely stack those two and compare them side by side and kind of see what you have to, or see how they match up out there, because it's a very, very close matchup. And I don't know, man. Matty Ice is a good quarterback. And I think statistically wise, he's a little bit better than Derek Carr. He's been in the league longer. But if you really watch those guys play, because unfortunately I have to watch the Falcons play every Sunday, so you see a lot of comparisons between those two. And I'm telling you, man, if Derek Carr is on that Matty Ice cycle out there, or just like that growth path, I will take that. I will take that all day long. Oh, Steven, welcome to the show, dude. Rich, what's happening, man? Glad you could make it out. And no one knows what they have in Hayden Hurst. We'll go ahead and jump into the tight end spot real quick. Hayden Hurst, he was a Raven. And if you look at the Ravens offense, the Ravens truly love their tight ends. So if this dude was like a potential superstar, there is no chance they would have let him go out there. I was shocked that the Falcons got rid of Hooper. You have no idea how many times I've heard that dude's name chanted throughout my restaurant during games. And I was shocked by that, but they did. And they made the turn. They ended up getting Hurst. He did not show up and do what the Ravens thought he was going to do. But he's in a different change of scenery. He might have a better opportunity out there. I really don't think he's going to have the impact that they're hoping that he's going to have. And against our team out there, I'm telling you right now, our safety should be able to shut him down completely. I did tweak our defense out there a little bit. I put Robertson in there. We don't play these guys till week 11. I pretty much see Robertson kind of taking that job over somewhere around week 8 or week 9. So I'm hoping late in the season, this is kind of the defense that we're looking at out there. And honestly, it looks really good. I really like the way this looks right here. So hopefully it does end up something similar to this. We don't have any major injuries to truly set us back, but I like it, man. I like the way this is looking. I am not even going to lie about that. Did you see that Littleton stat that was just posted? I did not, dude. If you have it posted up there, I have not seen it. I seriously have been at work all day today. Uh, only missed one tackle. Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, I can't talk up Littleton enough. I've been talking that dude up since last season ended, hoping he was going to be on this team. And then, let's go ahead and jump back out of the team real quick. They went out there and they got, Laquan Treadwell from the Vikings. I really like this kid. He is super fast. He is very, very good in the slot. And they also got that Gage kid that they brought in a year or two ago. The Falcons have no problem jumping into an empty backfield 5 wide receiver set or 4 wide receivers with their tight end, or just kind of spreading you out as much as they possibly can. They love doing that to teams. But I think with the speed that you're looking at out on the field right now, we'd still be able to spy with Kwiatkowski, and I think we'd be able to match up pretty well, but not totally well, because I'm telling you right now, when you get into that wide receiver crew and you have Julio Jones on one side and Calvin Ridley on the other side, that is a tough matchup for any team in the NFL. And the better that Julio Jones is playing out there, the better it makes Ridley look. And I mean, say what you want, dude. Julio Jones is probably one of the top, I'd say top 3 wide receivers in the league. He could arguably be the number 1 receiver in the league right now. So Mullen's going to have his work cut out for him, but it's going to demand safety help. It's going to demand help all over the field to kind of shut him down. Now, he does have his injury woes out there, so I'm not hoping that he gets injured or anything like that, but if he can stay healthy and he is on point and him and Matt Ryan are clicking, that opens up this entire offense. Like, it truly, truly does. And then you have Ridley out there to where if you take your eyes off him for a second, he's going to burn you and he's going to be completely gone. So the Falcons, they have very little depth on this team, but they just have true superstars as far as their starters go. And that's where they kind of get limited, because all their money's wrapped up in these big-name guys, so they really can't go out there and get the depth. But if this team's playing healthy and they're playing strong, and I'm telling you right now, if they're fighting for a playoff spot, and we're fighting for a playoff spot, this game is going to be hellacious, and it is what it is. I'm just hoping we come out of it injury-free. I think my roster or my schedule breakdown, I think I actually had this game as kind of a trap game or a loss for us out there. But I know that we can win this game if it came right down to it. Oh, man, this is going to be a tough one, man. I'm telling you right now it's going to be. Over 1,000 snaps with 134 tackles. Dude, those are huge numbers, like huge numbers. Julio Jones is overrated. No, he is not. Julio Jones is the real deal out there, and he's got a quarterback that can feed him the ball. Darren Waller told the media a top 5 offense isn't out of the question. I do not doubt that in a second. Excuse me, I told you guys that I really think this team is going to be so dramatically different than what we've seen in the past probably 5 to 10 years, just hitting this field and coming out running. It blows my mind. So, yeah, I'll take that. I do not disagree with Waller. Julio is a monster, bro. Be a bit real. No, dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Julio, you're probably responding back to pizza there. Julio is a true monster. If Julio starts clicking, Julio stays healthy, this offense will be on fire. And I'm telling you right now, there's a reason that Matt Ryan goes for like 4,500 plus yards every season, or 4,000 plus yards, we'll say. And it's because of Julio. If that dude is on point, he had 300 yards and like 3 touchdowns in one game 2 seasons ago. So don't take anything away from Julio. That dude is a true beast out there. That's crazy. Littleton will be a beast this year. I'm telling you guys, man. Littleton is the man. I don't know. I've pounded that dude's name so many times out there. That dude is something special, and the fact that he is on this team blows my mind. I'm so happy about that. Paul Guenther is another guy that has no excuse. He has to put our guys in position and make, yes, dude. Paul Guenther is definitely in the hot seat. Marinelli is there. I'm not going to say Marinelli came in there to take his job, but Marinelli is the kind of guy to where if you did let Guenther go, all of a sudden you have a replacement right there in the wings waiting for him. And so it's a real shot out there. But I'm telling you, Gunther's never had his tight ends on this defense, or his linebackers on this defense. He has them now. And that is what his whole defense is based off of. So you have to, I don't know, man. I'm really hoping he turns it around. Ridley plays slot. He does sometimes. Towards the end of last season, he started to move that outside spot. And then, I mean, they've dropped a lot of pieces off this team. I know he was in the slot when they had, oh man, what's that dude's name? He ended up going to the Patriots for a minute. God, it's right at the tip of my tongue. I'm sorry, I forgot it. He was playing the slot in that position, but then once he ended up being gone, they went out there and they moved him to the outside, and then they brought in Treadwell, and then they brought in Gage. So he'll be playing on that outside again. I promise you that. I saw it. I've heard people yelling in my ear about it constantly. Paul Gunther finally has the talent players on defense. Yes, he does. I'm so excited about that. I'm more excited about Ruggs or Littleton than Ruggs, honestly. Littleton is I'm right there with you, dude. Littleton and Kwiatkowski being our linebackers going into this season. Oh, man, it's such a huge step forward. Like, such a huge step. It blows my mind that we got both of those guys in this offseason. Yeah, I don't know what I'm more excited about, our defense or our offense. It's honestly a toss-up, dude. Whichever side gels better, and I really think both sides are going to end up gelling pretty damn well. Ooh, boy, we're coming. We are definitely coming. That's a good problem to have. Yes, it is. My guys, what's going on, Michael? How are you, dude? Is it football season yet? No, it's getting closer. But I'll tell you right now, with all these dudes and who was it, the Cowboys and the Texans, all of our Texas teams out there coming out saying that they had the coronavirus and it was spreading through them. That's the kind of stuff that's going to set this back. So hopefully it just kind of ends right there. It still sucks that all that stuff's still popping up, but it is what it is, and it's still going to be out there happening. I'm just really hoping they let fans into these games, man. I truly want to see our guys play this season. We got to get the pass rush going. We do. And I really think we'll be able to. And again, I think this game is going to be coming down to that right side. And if it's Collins and Crosby with a little bit of Nassib rotating in, a little bit of Key rotating in. But I really think you'll see Key rotating in for Farrell out there. And then Hankins and Hurst kind of swapping out. I think we'll be able to get that pressure on him. I know that if we have Hankins in there and he's going up against Carpenter and Mac's going to have to play to the right. He's going to have to try to pick up Collins and hit that double team. So whether it be either Hurst or Hankins, I think you're going to end up seeing them have a pretty big game out there. I'm excited about this one, man. I really am. Man, I'm hoping Isaiah Johnson is ready. And where Javon White. Yes, dude. Aaron, what's happening, dude? Welcome to the show. I love Isaiah Johnson. I truly do. I tried working him in the starting lineup constantly, but he plays that outside corner spot. I tried sticking him in that slot spot. It looked pretty good if he was playing man, but I really don't want to see him doing anything other than that. I want to see him playing on that outside, but I can't pull Arnett or Mullen to stick him in there. There's a shot he can beat out Arnett. There's no chance that he beats out Mullen. And honestly, I think he could beat out Arnett just because he already knows this system and he's looking pretty good in it. But I really think Arnett's a special talent out there. I think he's going to end up probably not starting, but winning Prince's job, and that's going to be our 1-2 out there. I see Robertson going out there, winning that Joyner job. And then by week 11, this is the defense that we're going to be looking at. And I'll tell you right now, this defense that we're looking at right here is dramatically better than the defense we had last season. It blows my mind how much better it is. And I'm not saying it's going to be like the perfect defense, but I'm saying it's going to be damn good out there. Crosby and Farrell are going to have to beat their tackles. They're definitely going to have to. And really, I see Farrell playing more of just that defensive end role in this game. I don't see him really coming off that edge too much. I think he's going to be playing a lot of just kind of watch Gurley, maybe drop back and just cover that little flat spot out if you try to get their little tight ends or get a quick little shovel pass out of the backfield. So I could see that happening with Farrell, but Crosby and Collins, they have to start getting that pressure. Hurst has to get in there and make some plays. If Hankins is in there, he needs to play the run, but he needs to be working his way towards the quarterback the entire time. And I really think we'll see that out of him. Javane White is who I'm excited about. Not a lot of hype behind him. He's a Raider fan too. I have talked about White, dude. I've talked about that kid so much on this channel. I truly have. I wanted to put on a little bit more size, but I could see him sticking around on this team. I could see him being that third linebacker if we get into the true 4-3 set out there. But I could also see Muse trying to fight for that spot. But I'm telling you right now, if Muse and White can go out there and be that linebacker in that 3-4 or in that 4-3 for us, and then you still have Robertson and Joyner back there when you do switch into that nickel, that's a crazy amount of depth that we have at that position, and I truly love it. And I really don't know, between Muse and White, one of those dudes could honestly win that spot to just be that starting 4-3 linebacker. And I would love that, because if we could stay in a true 4-3, That's looking very, very good for us. But one of those dudes has to step up if that's going to be possible for us. I could see us having issues with our defense because our offense might score too quick like Napoleon. Oh, man, I could see that too. But at the same time, the Falcons, you watch that Super Bowl, they have trouble coming back in games. They jumped out to an early lead and had the Patriots come all the way back and then ended up smacking them. That was a tough one to watch. I'm telling you right now, I was working that night at the restaurant. That got to halftime. The restaurant kind of died. I turned to everybody sitting at the bar out there, and I was like, I'm telling you right now, this game's not over. You need to watch out. Brady's going to end up storming back. They all told me I was crazy, and then right when I started to see it happening, I left because I did not want to see the wrath of what was going to happen after that. And I was right, man. That was a tough, tough loss for them. It doesn't seem like they've ever really recovered from that. So we'll see what happens. Do we drop Abram in the box and keep Randall high? I think the majority of the time, yes, you will see that. I think Abram plays the run so much better. Plus, Abram can get in there and he can cover those little flare routes that come out. He can cover the people that just run outside real fast. When you're talking about your tight ends just going on quick outs and things like that. Plus, he's really good against the screen. Randall is good against that deep ball. I hate seeing him in the slot, but if he has the ability to just kind of drop back 3 steps at the start of a play and just kind of see exactly what's happening, I like him dropping back. I don't mind Abram dropping back at all either, but I would love to see him go out there and just truly thump some people, so I'll take that all damn day. Littleton was an undrafted free agent, and if Javon is hungry, he could be the next Littleton. I will completely agree with you, Jonathan, and I would love to see that. I would truly love to see that. Matty Ice is no joke either. The whole NFC South is nasty. Our schedule is tougher than people are talking about. If we can win this year, yes. Raider 52, what's up, dude? I completely agree with that. I was talking about that in my last video, or the video before. I was saying, I mean, this schedule is extremely tough out there, and it sucks to see. But at the same time, as I'm breaking down these teams, we are matching up incredibly well with them. And if you get into a team like Atlanta in Week 11 and they got some injuries, they have no depth on this team. I mean, their backup running back behind Gurley is, who is it? Brian Hill. So Brian Hill's not going to go out there and shock the world if he comes in there and he's the running back in our game. It's going to make them completely one-dimensional. And honestly, I could see us dropping into a true dime package at that point in this game. And any team that you go into, if you're playing a true dime to start the game because they don't have the talent out there to where you don't, you're going to win that game. And I promise you that. We're going to be shredding with the interior with Nassib. That is very, very possible, and I will take that. I don't see him as a starter, but I see him being a rotational piece that comes in and just really takes advantages of some of these defenses. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see that either. Molinar and Ned are going to have to step up big time against Ridley and Julio. Ridley is the #1 receiver talent, in my opinion. Simple, welcome to the show, dude. If Ridley was on other teams, I guarantee you he would be their #1. That is a beautiful wide receiver tandem that they have out there. You can't take anything away from it. Having each one of those dudes on the outside that can kill you on either side at any given time it's such an advantage. But that's the thing. Let's jump into Gurley real quick. I do not see Gurley being the type of guy that can go out there and still get 25, 30 carries a game and then carry this Falcons team on his back like he did for the Rams. I just do not see that happening. He's had his injury woes in the past. Those things just don't go away magically. So I really think they're missing a key piece, much like in my own opinion for the Raiders, that they're missing that true #2 running back out there. But if Gurley can come out there with fresh legs, that dude is still a special talent. Like, he still truly is. I have no doubts in my mind he can go out there and be one of the top backs in the NFL still to this day. And if you're playing on a passing team like this, it really opens up the running game automatically because you have to respect Julio and Ridley. So it's really going to help him out there. Gurley's a tough one for me, but if he can stay healthy, keep an eye out for him. Like, truly do. I'm not sure Gruden loves Mo Hurst as much as we do. I think Hankins is right there, even though I think Mo is the sure starter. Yeah, you're going to see a ton of Hankins out there. And honestly, he should probably be in the starting rotation that I keep putting out there. I just really have a feeling that Hurst is going to pass him through this camp. If he doesn't, it'll be Hankins. And after last season, I have no problem putting Hankins in that starting spot. The fact we have that depth at the defensive tackle position makes me so happy. Nick will be blitzing a lot. It's very possible. I really hope that we do bring a lot of pressure this game. I think we can get through this offensive line. I think we have the speed on the back end to where if we rush plays, we'll have no problems keeping up with it. But Matty Ice is the kind of guy to where if you keep blitzing him, eventually he's going to figure it out and he's going to exploit you. What a linebacking core. Yes, it is, dude. If we can line all those dudes up, that would be huge. What's the score of this game? I could honestly see this game being a little bit more high scoring. I really can. I think the Falcons, especially being at home, they're going to put up some points out there. We're going to have to keep up with them, but I think it'll come down to us just being able to stop them in a key position to where we end up winning this game by like a touchdown or a field goal. I have a feeling this is going to be a real close game. But I put this game in the high 20s, low 30s, each team. My tripping thinking Tyrell's out after this season and thinking Edwards is going to take his spot. Edwards' upside is crazy. It is, dude, and I'm a truly big fan of Edwards. I think that kid is going to go out there and he's going to be a difference maker this season. I think you're going to see him a lot in the red zone. I think you're going to see him making a lot of those possession catches and kind of earning that trust from Derek. If Williams can go out there and have a really big year, though, I could see him sticking around for maybe another year or two after this and just kind of keeping Edwards in that back burner, just getting him ready, keeping him playing, getting him scoring touchdowns, and then eventually, yes, I completely agree, he will take that spot over. I'm going to circle Crosby as the X factor in this game. I think Crosby's going to feast this game, dude. I truly do. If he's manned up against McGarry and he does not have a double team on him because of Collins, yes, go ahead and put 2 circles around him. I feel Edwards is going to be special for us, especially in the red zone. Yes, I completely agree with you, Mitchell or Michael. Key to this game is stopping the run and getting pressure off if we don't get the outside to beat more than once. David, what's happening, dude? Welcome to the show. Yeah, and it's going to be, Gurley will be a major factor in this game because if Gurley can start going and then we end up starting to kind of key on the run a little bit, they're going to kill us on the outside. Not worried about Hurst, but you have to worry about those receivers, especially if Gurley's having a good game and they really start to spread us out. There's a shot we could get shredded out there, so we have to be careful of it. But I really think we're going to be able to hang with this game, and I really think we're going to end up pulling this one out. I know I went against that earlier in some of my previous videos, but if they have any kind of injuries, it's going to open them completely up. So I don't know, man. That's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. I just wanted to kind of get your feelings about it. I'm going to have to start breaking down their defense because this game's looking better and better. And I know the NFC South is pretty strong out there, but this could be one of those games where we go in there and this might be not an easy win, but this could be a good win for us out there, especially because it's getting closer to the end of the season. And if we're riding some good momentum, I could see us rolling through them pretty quick. But it's going to come down to our corners. Our corners are going to have to not necessarily lock these guys down, but lock them down enough to where they don't need the over-the-top help. And if we can get it to that point, I think we'll be good, man. I promise you, I think we'll be good. If Tyrell gets 1,000 yards, do we keep him and pay him $11 million next season or let Edwards take a bigger role? Man, $11 million's a lot. Oh, man. If he got over 1,000 yards and had like 9 or 10 touchdowns, then I would say yes. But if he had over 1,000 yards but only put up like 5 or 6 touchdowns, I would say no at that point. I don't know. That's what I got for you guys tonight, man. Thank you all for coming out. You know I truly appreciate that. I'd love to get your guys' opinions on these little breakdowns. I'm going to start breaking down their defense, seeing how it looks out there. I think we're going to be able to exploit that a little bit, but their defense had a lot of injuries last season. If those guys come back healthy, they're going to be looking pretty damn good on the defensive side of the ball. But until next time, guys, I'm Sunjoku. Please click that like button on your way out. It really helps me out. We'll see you guys next time.